Hello and welcome to Big Orbit's Cardfight Vanguard weekly update. My name is James and today I'll be going through the cards shown throughout the past 7 days. I have a lot of Oracle Think Tank and Narukami cards this week, so I'll quickly go through the small amount of new Nupatama cards first. Starting off, we have the VR Covert Demonic Dragon Magatsu Storm. His first skill is Auto Vanguard Circle. When it is attacked by your opponent's Vanguard, cost counterblast 1 and retire 2 rear guards. And this unit cannot be hit until the end of the battle. This becomes a perfect guard that can get around guard restricting, which is amazing. The usefulness of this against waterfall is going to be interesting, as obviously Kagero can retire many rear guards in a turn, but so long as you have 2 left, waterfall skill becomes a lot less menacing. Magatsu Storm's second skill is Auto Vanguard Circle once per turn. When your rear guard is returned to your hand during your turn, cost Soul Blast 1 grade 3, draw a card and call 3 cards from your hand to rear guard circle, and they get plus 5000 power until the end of the turn. This is incredible to have extra attacks in a Protect clan, and although you are losing hand, those units on the field can also be used for intercepting and as perfect guards through the first skill. This is definitely making Nupatama look like a pretty interesting clan. For more Nupatama, we have the RR grade 1 Stealth Dragon Magatsu. His first skill is Auto Rearguard Circle when placed. If you have a Vanguard with Magatsu in its card name, this unit gets plus 3000 power until the end of the turn. And the second skill is Auto Rearguard Circle at the end of the battle that it attacked or boosted, cost Soul Blast 1 and discard a card from your hand and return all of your rear guards in the same column as this unit to your hand. This is what will activate Magatsu Storm's second skill, and is something we'll probably see with the grade 2 as well. This bouncing skill is similar to Murakumo's old idea of keeping a clean board at the end of the turn, which makes sense with the Magatsu cards originally being Murakumo cards. For Narukami, we have the long-awaited Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion. He's a RR and has Act Vanguard Circle once per turn, cost Counterblast 2, and this unit gets plus 5000 power and plus 1 critical till the end of turn. If there are 2 or more rear guards in your opponent's front row, instead of plus 1 critical, when it attacks, it battles all of your opponent's units in the front row. Counterblast 2 is hefty, but against the right clan, this is very worth it. So long as you're against Axel, this is probably going to hit 3 to 4 rear guards, as well as attacking the Vanguard, which is definitely worth the Counterblaster 2. Also, if you can't get the back row units in a vulnerable spot for Dragonic Drill Dragon, and your opponent has no front row, Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion will at least be able to put some extra pressure on with the plus 5k and a crit, though this seems to still be pushing the idea that Narukami are the anti-Axel clan. Third, to help the Dragonics part, we have the grade 2 with a similar skill to the backup grade 3 in the trial deck with Tempestuous Domineering Wyvern. The skill is Auto Rearguard Circle. When placed, choose up to one of your opponent's rearguards and move it to another open rearguard circle in the same column as that unit. And if you could not choose, this unit gets plus 3000 power till the end of turn. It's like a mini Ricky, but doesn't cost any soul, which is useful as the soul is getting used quite a bit in Narukami now. Recklessness Dragon is a trial deck grade 2 with Auto Rearguard Circle. When placed, cost Counterblast 1, choose a rear guard in your opponent's front row and bind it. This is really good and definitely the ace grade 2 of the deck. It also has Auto Rearguard Circle when it attacks a Vanguard. If there are 1 or less rear guards in your opponent's front row, this unit gets plus 3000 power until the end of the battle. A 12k attacker isn't bad, and it's fairly easy condition to meet with what we've been seeing for Narukami. Photon Bomber Wyvern is another grade 2, this one having Act Rearguard Circle, cost Counterblast 2. This unit gets plus 5000 power till the end of the turn. If your opponent has 1 or less rear guards in the front row, this gets plus 10,000 instead of plus 5,000. It's a heavy cost for what it is, and probably won't be seeing play unless Narukami get a bunch more counter charges in the future, because we'll probably need counterblasts to keep the front row rear guard circles free anyway. Red River Dragoon is the grade 1 vanilla with no shield value. The starting Vanguard is Spark Kid Dragoon, and the grade 1 perfect guard is Lizard Soldier Oho. Finally, for the trial deck, the triggers are Yellow Gem Carbuncle as the crit, Zephyr Kid Hayate as the front, Old Dragon Mage as the draw, and Worm Toxin Eradicator Seobo as the heal. The VR for Oracle Think Tank is Pentagonal Magus. She has the skill of Continuous Vanguard Circle, trigger effects revealed from your drive check, get plus 5000 for power increase. This accounts for drive checks and damage checks, so it works as a defensive bonus too. Her second skill is Auto Vanguard Circle. When it attacks, costs Soul Blast 1 grade 3 and discard 5 cards from your hand, and this unit gets plus 3 drive until the end of the battle. Discarding cards from your hand for this cost is reduced for each Magus rearguard you have in the front row. Even though with 2 Magus front row rearguards you wouldn't be gaining any more cards than usual, but having 5 drive checks is crazy, especially with them getting plus 15,000 power for each trigger they pull. This is a reason to be thankful that Oracle Think Tank don't have front triggers. We have a few more Magus cards too. Tetra Magus is a RRR grade 1 with auto rearguard circle when placed. If your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, cost counter plus 1. Draw a card, reveal up to 1 critical trigger from your hand and put it to the top of your deck. It may be guaranteed, but at least your opponent gets to see what it is before it happens. You can somewhat stack this by using another Magus card, by using other Magus cards to change the top 2 cards' positions, putting the crit as the second card of the deck, then use a second Tetra Magus, changing both the top 2 cards of your deck for critical triggers. Basically becoming a smaller, victorious deer, but can potentially use it faster. Crescent Magus is another grade 1. She has auto when it is put into the trigger zone. If your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, cost Soul Blast 1 and countercharge 1. With this and Oracle Guardian Gemini, Oracle Think Tank should have no counterblasting problems, and this card isn't restricted to Magus either. Rippus Magus is a trial deck grade 1 and has auto rearguard circle when it boosts. If you have a Vanguard with Magus in its card name, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the battle. 13k boost is big and will help Oracle Think Tank put on even more pressure. Now, a few of the Magus cards are making them seem very sub-clanny, but we also have another build in this set for Oracle Think Tank. The other build is Witches, and to lead them we have the RRR grade 3 Scarlet Witch Coco. Her first skill is Auto Vanguard Circle when rode from a grade 2, draw a card. And she also has Act Vanguard Circle once per turn, cost counter plus 1, Soul Blast 1, grade 3, draw 2 cards, discard any number of cards with Witch in their card name from your hand, and for each card discarded, you get 1 imaginary gift protect. Trading any Witch card for a Perfect Guard is really amazing, and this card is showing us the draw power we're used to from Premium Oracle Think Tank in the Witches spot. Witches get a backup grade 3 with the RR Wisteria Witch Zozo. Her skill is Auto Vanguard Circle when it attacks, reveal any number of imaginary gift protects from your hand, and for each one revealed, 3 of your front row units get plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. So with the help of Coco, you should be able to fill half your hand with protect gifts and powering up your front row massively. Her second skill is Auto Vanguard Circle Rearguard Circle. When the attack hits Vanguard, costs Counterblast 1 and draw a card. The fact that this skill works on Rearguard Circle is pretty nice, and as with the power up, you could activate this skill 3 times in a turn. And with all the countercharging Oracle Think Tank has now, if you build your deck for that kind of strategy, you shouldn't suffer from the cost too much. Topaz Witch PP is a grade 2 with continuous Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle during your turn. If you have 4 or more cards in your hand, this unit gets plus 2,000 power. This is a very easy condition to meet with Witches. She also has Auto when rode upon by a card with Witch in its card name, cost Soul Blast 1 and draw a card. If you ride with Coco, then you can draw 2 on ride with the combo to give you a good head start. There is also the grade 1 Sprout Witch Lolo. Her first ability is Auto Rearguard Circle. When the attack it boosted hits Vanguard, cost counterblast 1 and put this unit into your soul. Draw a card. Then her second skill complements this well with Auto Soul. When your greater Vanguard with Witch in its card name is placed, cost Soul Blast 1 and call this card from your soul to Rearguard Circle. This is a really useful grade 1 for Witches, as with the Superior Calling it means you don't need to use up your hand. So this card is basically the same as drawing 2. One card that works well for the Imperial Daughter deck is the grade 1 Miko of Elegance Fumina. Her skill is Auto Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle when placed, cost Soul Blast 1, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal the grade 3 from among them, put it onto the top of your deck, shuffle the cards you looked at, put them on the bottom of your deck, and this unit gets plus 2,000 power until the end of the turn. You can then combo this with the starting Vanguard, so you draw the grade 3 immediately, which is a good idea, and grade 3s tend to mean a lot for the Imperial Daughter deck. For the starting Vanguard and Perfect Guard of the Oracle Think Tank deck, we have reprints of Lozenge Magus with new art and Ruote Magus. And for the triggers, they have all their previous vanilla triggers with new art. So we have Oracle Guardian Nike, Psychic Bird, Miracle Kid, and Sphere Magus. Luckily they didn't get any more critical triggers unless those come in the booster set. Lastly, we have Stormbring Dragon, a promo grade 2 for Narukami. Its skill is continuous rearguard, so all units in the same column as this unit cannot intercept, and they can only attack a Vanguard. This will affect your cards too, but on an Exile clan, it's important to keep your rearguard safe, so forcing your opponents to attack your Vanguard could work in your favor, especially with some defensive triggers. And that is everything for this week. Be sure to let me know your feelings on the new cards, and out of the 2 VRs for Protect in this set, Magatsu, Storm, and Pentagonal Magus, which do you prefer? And out of the 3 builds of Oracle Think Tank, which do you prefer? Now we have Imperial Daughter build, as well as Magus and Witches. So be sure to let me know in the comment section below, and be sure to check out next week when I'll be going through the card showing throughout the next 7 days. So I hope to see you then. Bye.